GPS is Gigi's personal services. She's an RV expert with over 3 decades of experience. Visit thervadvisor.com today.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander, and today my guests are the Leaches. It is Mariah and Austin from Zephyr Travels. Hi, folks. Hey, how are you?
Hi. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have you. You guys are calling in from Louisville, Colorado. That's right near Boulder, as we were chatting earlier, and just an absolutely beautiful part of the country.
It is.
It really is. And you told me earlier that you kind of came there several years back for school, Mariah, and then decided, you know what, we're not moving back. This is good for us.
We've been here 15 years now.
Yeah.
There's lots of wonderful things to explore close to home, so it's a great place to live.
Yeah. Where were you before Louisville?
We both grew up in Southern California.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. That's great. And so Southern California to, even though it's still kind of out west, is a little bit of a difference between those two locales. Yeah. So, Zephyr Travels, everybody's got a name that they kind of give their Instagram page. It's we've had many multiple names. Zephyr Travels. Tell us the origin of that.
Well, so we named our pop-up Zephyr. So we have a pop-up camper, and you're gonna say that I always forget the name of the brand of it.
Uh-huh.
It's a 2018 Flagstaff 825D.
Ah, okay.
So it's a little one of the slightly bigger ones because we've got 3 kids, and we wanted a name that started with a Z because my maiden name started with a Z, and all our kids have middle names that start with a Z, so it's sort of our family thing is the Z. So we chose Zephyr for our pop-up, and most of our Instagram is about our travels in our pop-up.
That's terrific. So all the kids' middle names start with a Z.
Yes.
So, all right, I'm gonna guess. Is there a Zachary?
There is.
Is there a Zoe?
Nope.
Okay. So you got Zachary. Well, I don't know. I've run out with Zachary and Zoe. What else we got?
We got Zane and then Zinnia.
Zane and Zinnia. Wow, those are cool names. That's all right. I like that. So Z is a major part of the whole naming scheme.
Yes.
There was a movie many years ago called Z, but it has nothing to do with traveling in a trailer. So I could tell you that. Well, that's absolutely cool. Family of 5, you've got an 8-year-old, you got a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a dog. So a furry friend rides along. Is the dog named Z? Is there a Z there too?
No. The dog is named Echo.
Echo. Okay. Well, you need an Echo for all those Z's that just kind of bouncing along. So tell us about where you go. Now I know you got your home there, but you say you do a lot of traveling. And what about what are some of the places, I guess, in state? And then maybe you said you've gone to all 48 of the lower 48, if you will, at some point. So where's one of the more recent places you've gone?
Well, I guess not last summer, but summer of 2019.
Yes, before the pandemic.
Right, before the pandemic. We took a trip up through Wyoming and Idaho and Oregon and kind of hit the Pacific Northwest there for a while. So we spent some time in Oregon and Washington. We went to Olympic National Park and met up with some family while we were there. And that was great. Did we take 3 weeks to do that?
Yeah, we were on the road in our pop-up for 3 weeks. Yeah. And we went up the coast of Oregon and Washington, which is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it was spectacular.
Yeah. That is great. And doing the lower 48 is something I It's on my bucket list. I think I've only been to, I've been about 26 or 27 states so far. So I've got a ways to go, but it sounds like an awful lot of fun.
Oh, it was so fun. If there was some way we could do it again, we would leave tomorrow.
I mean, we did it when we were just out of college, kind of a gap year type thing between that and grad school. And we were on the road for 3 months and we had no kids and no plans. And it was, a different time. There was no smartphones either. So we really did just sort of explore and end up where we ended up until we ran out of money. We went home.
That does cause a problem, doesn't it? When you run out of money, it's like, yeah, okay, well, yeah, I guess the party's over. We're going to take a quick break. We'll find out a lot more about what you guys are doing, Zephyr Travels. And it sounds like an awful lot of fun. I'm speaking with, Mariah, get that mouth will get working, right? Mariah and Austin Leach from Zephyr Travels. This is the RV Advisor podcast. Back in just a moment.
The RVACA is a charitable organization protecting the rights of the RV owners. We'll work with dealers and manufacturers to ensure quality control is in place prior to delivery of an RV. Additionally, the RVACA provides assistance to disaster relief victims. Visit rvaca.org.
We are back on the RV Advisor podcast. My guests are the Leaches. It is Mariah and Austin from Zephyr Travels. And, we were talking a little bit during the break. And Austin, you're an IT guy. And I'll tell you, man, I can always use that kind of help. Because I got my green screen behind me. I'm trying to get it to work. We've had, it's like anything with computers. I can turn it on. I can turn on the computer.
I have days where I feel like that's the only thing I can do successfully.
Well, that's, it happens to the best of us, but it's something that I know that certainly I'm sure keeps you pretty busy.
Yeah.
But that's great. And Mariah, I know you do some writing, and actually in a very sort of a specialized area. And I think one that certainly sounds very helpful to a lot of people. Why don't you share that story?
Sure. So shortly after we did our 48 state, living in a tent trailer adventure, I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which is a chronic autoimmune disease. And so today I run a website that supports moms and moms to be who are living with chronic illnesses, because moms who have their own health issues kind of face some really unique challenges, and they need support, and they need, brainstorming to figure out how to handle motherhood and your own health issues. And so for us, being able to travel in our camper makes it possible to travel when I have limited energy, or, I'm not sleeping in a tent on the ground, I have a bed. So that really makes a big difference in our lives for us to be able to travel. And we try to make it a priority despite the health issues that I'm facing.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. And so have you found that you've heard back from some of these moms and folks that are share the same challenges you have?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, like getting pregnant with a chronic illness and having my kids, it's a real challenge. And I think I like to try to show that it's possible to, still live a life that you really love and like follow your dreams, whether if that's traveling or having a family or both in our case, that it's possible to do even if you're living with a chronic illness.
Rheumatoid arthritis in comparison to just arthritis we hear about. Oh, my arthritis is acting up. What is the difference?
So most people think of like osteoarthritis. That's like wear and tear on the joints over time, and that's definitely a painful and difficult thing to handle for sure. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune condition, so it means my immune system is confused and it attacks my own joints when it shouldn't. So it can cause all kinds of issues in basically every system of your body.
Wow. So a day-to-day challenge. I would
Right, and
imagine
so I
some
take
days
care-
are better than others.
Right. And then you never know, I never know how I'm going to feel. And I take medications that come in an injection and need to be refrigerated. So it's important for us when we travel to be able to take care of that. And so that, we keep going, even though that we face these different issues.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, hats off. I mean, you're dealing with this and yet you maintain this bright outlook and desire to travel and share it with your kids. That's just awesome.
We also think like kids experiencing nature is super important. Like it has such a
Yeah.
positive impact on them that
Yeah.
that we want to make it a part of their lifestyle and also just to get them to see the country and all the different places in the
Right.
country. Because when you see how different places of this country are, I think it's easier to see how people are different and how our lives are different from each other, and maybe
Yeah.
understand why we don't always agree or we don't always get along, because we come from very different places. And so it's cool to get to know them.
That's absolutely true. And we've had that come up multiple times on the show. Folks around your age, younger, maybe even a little older, they travel with their family, and it is such an educational experience, not only historically or geographically, but also culturally.
Yeah, I think
And they
so.
see things, and it's travel, as they say, expands the mind, and it is an awesome thing. And I've shared this with our viewers and listeners many times. When I was 8 years old, my family, my mother and father, took me to Greece for a summer, where I met a lot of my family. That's my heritage, and went and spent time with cousins I never knew I had, and it was absolutely an amazingly enriching experience. Not only was I in the cradle of Western civilization, but also just the whole experience of seeing what a different culture was like, and it was great. And not only met folks from there, but a lot of travelers from around the world visiting there. So it was great. So what you're doing with your kids is just awesome. So any big plans for 2021? I know that with the pandemic in the rear, well, I shouldn't say it's in the rear view. It's improving.
Yeah.
It's improving. But with it's certainly better than last year, at least here in the States it is. So where any big plans?
We're excited. We didn't get to go camping last summer because the medications I take made me a higher risk during the pandemic. So we were pretty confined. So we're super excited to get back out there camping this summer. We'll do some camping in Colorado, and then we're gonna head out for 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
And go see my dad in Los Angeles, and then Austin's parents in Santa Fe.
Wow, that's terrific.
Kind of a big loop.
It is. And then hopefully, the kids will at some point get to sort of, check off on their list. Hey, I've been to X amount of states, and
So they each have a map in their room, a scratch map.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every trip.
So they think, okay, Kansas, check. New Jersey, check.
The boys are excited because we're gonna earn Arizona on the way from California to Santa Fe, and they've not been to Arizona yet.
Not okay. Fantastic. Wow, that is absolutely great. So there you go. I love how it's how you guys are setting it up. It's Zephyr Travels. You can go to Instagram and follow them at zephyr.travels, right? /Zephyr.travels, ZEPHYR, Zephyr Travels. You guys have over 1,300 followers so far, and it's growing. And you've got some cool photos. It is a family of 5, and 3 kids, mom and dad, and their dog.
Yeah.
I mean, that's straight out of a Hollywood script. It's absolutely great. Well, we really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us. And when you check off a few more states, let us know, and we'll have you on again.
Awesome.
That'd be great. Yeah, thanks for
Or
having me.
earn a few states, right? That's how you phrase it. You earn a few states. I like that. That's cool. There we go. It is a Mariah and Austin Leach from Louisville. Louisville.
For some reason, it's Louisville, spelled the same way, but
Yeah.
pronounced Louisville. I don't
Okay.
know
All
why.
right. Louisville, Colorado. And that's right near Boulder, the great town of Boulder. Leaches, thank you so much. Safe travels, and we'll see you again.
Thanks for having us.
Take care.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. Back in just a moment.
With the RV Advisor's Roadside Assistance Plan, we've got you covered for just $99 per year. Visit thervadvisor.com today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the RV Advisor Podcast. Tom Alexander with you. We have been trying to hail our production guest coordinator, Neve Carey Zacco. She's in Ireland, and we've been having a few connectivity issues, but hopefully, eventually, we'll resolve that while she's still in the Emerald Isle, and we'll get to say hello to her. Until then, it's just me, and just letting you know, good idea to go to rvaca.org. That's rvaca.org to register your unit there. You can do that. And of course, you want to visit the rvadvisor.com as well. And when Neve returns, we'll have I'm sure, some great stories to share from her native Ireland, and it'll be great to see her again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. So long, everybody.